Thank you. Senator Markey.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Sure.
Mr. Weaver, I appreciated our conversation and your support for NRC's safety mission and independence. Unfortunately, the NRC's independence is under attack by DOGE and the Trump White House, which is now requiring that the NRC send along its actions and decisions to the White House for alignment with President Trump's agenda before they get published, with the White House getting the final say on those safety regulations. Mr. Weaver, if you were told to make changes that you thought made an NRC decision less protective of public safety, would you refuse even if that meant you might get fired?
Senator, I'm not completely clear what the new process is. I'm aware that there is a process. I am going to do what I think is safe without regard to my status as a commissioner, period.
Well, I hope that our new commissioners won't be tested in that way, but this is not a hypothetical. Trump already fired an independent NRC chair for not falling in line with his political agenda, and this chilling effect has not gone away. The NRC's independence keeps us safe and is the engine behind public trust in the nuclear industry. And without that independence, we risk a meltdown in more ways than one. TVA is our nation's sixth largest power supplier and largest public power utility. Its board is responsible for developing the utility's long-range plans, approving its annual budget, and setting electricity rates along with other duties. So let's get to one important management question. In a recent interview with the Nashville Business Journal, Mr. Beaman, you said, quote, all other things being equal, I generally come down on the side that private enterprise is more effective at getting things done than the government. Well, Mr. Beaman, do you support maintaining the public power model of TVA?
Also in that article, thank you for the question, Senator, and I appreciate your concern about that. Also in that article, I think it said, because I know I said it in the interview, and I hope they quoted it appropriately, that although I generally believe that the private sector is more efficient than government, in the case of TVA, I think TVA is more uniquely, appropriately operated as a government entity.
So do you commit to opposing any effort,
I
direct
will.
or indirect, to privatize TVA or outsource its core functions to private entities?
Yes, sir.
Right. So at a time when utility bills are going up across the country because of Trump's anti-energy policies, it's more important than ever to have public power that's responsive to TVA customers, not to Wall Street shareholders, and we need a commitment to public power. So I'm glad that that's the position that you are going to take.
Yes, sir.
We're facing an energy crisis in the Tennessee Valley and across the country. Mr. Beaman, which electricity generation source is the cheapest to build or operate on average nationwide?
You know, that's something, thank you, because that's something that I want to really delve into and explore and make sure that I have all the accurate facts about that and make sure that I'm really knowledgeable so that in developing our integrated resource plan that we come up with the very best combination.
So I will give you the early returns on your research. Solar is, in fact, the cheapest megawatt to build and operate on average. It rings up at about $58 a megawatt hour. By comparison, fossil gas is $78 to $200 per megawatt hour. So all of that is, without question, a part of this whole set of decisions you're going to have to make.
Thank you.
And we also need board members who have qualifications and the judgment to do the job. Mr. Beaman, you said that you're accompanied here today by Pastor Steve Berger. Mr. Berger has said some very controversial things about the LGBTQ communities. He said, if it was left to myself, I'd take a baseball bat and beat the hell out of every single one of them. So I know that Senator Whitehouse has already asked you a question on this subject. My question to you is, do you agree with those comments?
No, I do not. Furthermore, I've never heard Pastor Berger say such things.
So you're under, consideration for serving on the board of the nation's largest public power utility, and it's very important that the values that are being represented by the TEVA are those that we aspire to as a nation to protect everyone. So I thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.